Now we've had a bit of a digger drama. This digger, we bought it I think about 2007, and at that time it was really only 3 or 4 years old, but it had been a hire machine, so it was quite well used. But it hasn't done a great deal since we had it. About 2 or 3 days a year it comes out of the shed, and when you do use it, you know, it's really handy. But it's pretty oil out there onto that track. But anyway, it had a flat battery, so it hadn't been used much this year at all, maybe once. And until we were trying to do over there. Hang on, trying to just zoom in a bit. Right there, alongside that shed. The top side guttering wanted a pipe alongside the wall to join into this one, which is all working correctly, running clean water. And we got the job finished. We got it dug out with this, and we're just backfilling it. And really, that was finished well. We were tracking it down. Well, I say we, it was Christian on it, but it wasn't his fault. And it just suddenly stopped. Everything stopped working. So after diagnosing with a lot of fuses from in there, because the second blue one long, it should really be 7.5, but we ran out of them quite soon, and that fuse was blowing, and it's associated with these cut-off levers on the arms, which hang on, I'm on wide, that shouldn't be on wide. It's associated with these, which when you get on, you have to put that down, and it's like a not dead man's hand, what do you call it? Safety cutouts. And what we thought at first is there's a very simple, they operate on a very simple, like a press button thing, like you'd have in a fridge door or a car door to turn the light on or whatever. So there's nothing very complicated in the actual switch, but that was an initial suspicion that it might just be the switch or the wiring to it, because these are somewhat exposed and they're continually operated every time you get on and off. But it wasn't that. So we had that fuse under there that was blowing, say the second blue one along. It's labelled relay. Now the relays are those 4 black boxes. Well, 3 shiny ones and one appears to have been replaced. And the top one is not working. We've tested those, but it isn't that. I've actually bought a new one of them because they're only about a £5, but we don't think it is that, because it was exactly the same with that removed, i.e. it was blowing the fuse. And these are all really complicated in here, as you can see. That's that big motor there, that's for the main slewing. But while I was at the sheep, they tracked it down between them, followed it along under here, and there's 2 more solenoids which could also be called relays there, and they are associated with shutting off the oil flow to the working parts when you lift the levers. So we got them off and tested them one at a time. The one on the right blows the fuse even when it's not connected on, not in the digger. So we've bought a new one of them, and it's 150 quid plus postage plus VAT, and it's got to come from Italy, so it's better be right, but it's definitely wrong. It's at the moment it's blowing the fuses. I mean, it's not working. So, well, I wouldn't say, considering this is the first time it's had a major fail in 20, well, we've had it 15 years, and it's a 20-year-old digger. So it's getting a bit gnarly. It's annoying, it's leaking oil out there. It's very slowly from somewhere. That's the oil tank in there, and everything's a bit loose and wobbly. You could probably have put some bushes in these. All the pivot points and stop it being quite so wobbly. It doesn't really matter that much if you're just digging a drain out, but if you were trying to do something a bit more precise, it's quite annoying. And I've just put another surprising thing. I bought a new battery. It's in there from Paxton's, Woods at Kirby Mills, and that's the first battery it's had. Admittedly, it's been about knackered for 2 or 3 years, but until this year, once you got it started and running, it would restart if you quickly wanted to stop and jump off. But this year it's completely gone. So 20-year-old battery, but that new one won't last that long. It's not as good a battery. Now you can just see in there a bit of the switch. That's when you put these levers up and down, see it just operates that. So we were at first quite suspicious of that switch, and then perhaps the connectors to it, because they have got a plastic cover on, but all this is a bit vulnerable. It's sort of out in the weather. I normally keep it under cover, but it occasionally gets wet. They're designed to almost stand out, but you don't want them to, but it won't come, there's no immediate disasters. So that's the digger armour covered.